Hello everybody, I am so excited because today we're going to talk about a new way to do monthly resolutions that might work a little bit better for you. If you are new here, my name is Sarah Jane Case and I specialize in helping people to work with their personality to get more out of their time and to do more with their one precious existence. So with that, we have to take into account your yearly resolutions, what you had on your to-do list that you wanted to do in the coming year. And I think that this year, and we're filming this for 2021 in January, and we all experienced a whole weird year last year where yearly resolutions meant less to us than ever before, right? We've really figured out that yes, before 2020, we knew that yearly resolutions weren't very effective, but they gave us this kind of like beautiful illusion that we were attached to. It was like this idea of what was possible or who we could be or what we might become. And maybe for some of those resolutions, we would follow through with them, at least for a while. And then 2020. And we realized and we learned and we had to fully digest that the plans we had in January were likely to never come to fruition. And when you're attached to once a year checking in with yourself and setting a vision and, planning who you want to be for the year, well, that really throws you for a loop, right? When something comes in and it interrupts the plan we had, this, the world changes, then this method is so clearly not effective. It was already not effective, but now it was like more obvious than ever that this is not gonna work. So I was so grateful that by the time 2020 hit, I already had systems in place that allowed for change and allowed for my goals and my habits and my resolutions to pivot with me as my circumstances changed or as I needed to pivot. So we're going to talk today about how I approach resolutions and how I think you probably should approach them too. Let's go back to when this started for me. So I started this about 7 years ago as just a life experiment. I like to play with my life. I like to do random things just to kind of infuse a little bit more entertainment into my day-to-day. And one of those things that I did was just a year of experimenting with what would it look like to do monthly resolutions. If every single month was dedicated to a different habit that I wanted to build, then logically by the end of the year, right, I've built 12 new fancy habits and I can grow from there. And so I did this as a life experiment and it ended up being amazing for me on multiple levels. First of all, it was fun. It gave me something to kind of play with in my life. It gave me purpose. It gave me entertainment, but also it was effective. So many experts, there's a range that I'm not going to pretend like I know the exact amount of numbers because no one does. There is a range of building a habit. They say it takes 28 to 40 days to really build a habit. So if we dedicate our energy to building a new habit for that period of time, we're more likely to see results than if we just have kind of this vision or general idea of who we want to be. I think that's really fun to have that vision. If you've worked with me in any capacity, I will make you set a vision. But that vision has to turn into action. And if that vision doesn't turn into action, then nothing's going to change, right? It's the day-to-day changed behavior that's going to make that vision a reality. Otherwise, it's just a dream. It's just a pipe dream, right? So my hope for you is we can implement these monthly resolutions so that you can actually start to see progress on the things that you want to be doing in your life and who you want to be in the world. So how does this work in reality? How does this become functional for us? So the first thing that I encourage you to do is pick that theme for the month. And I do this for my Brave Collective members automatically. Is it vision? Is it kindness? Is it being environmentally friendly? Is it giving back? Is it gratitude? Whatever the theme is for the month, pick the theme and then let's hone in on a habit. So I can say, I want to be more grateful in the month of January, but that means nothing if it doesn't translate into a changed behavior. So what does it look like to be grateful in action? So in action, maybe that means I'm someone who has a gratitude practice every day. So maybe my habit is just a regular gratitude practice. So we identify our theme, then we identify the actual habit we want to build, but then we have to build in our support. So what's the daily action we're going to take to build this habit? So maybe for a gratitude practice, we determine what the gratitude practice is, and we promise ourselves that we do it every single day for 30 days. So you guys know already, if you haven't watched the video, I talk about my gratitude practice, and you can check it out here, but it's called the 10 good things list. It's just 10 good things. Look around the room. What are 10 good things that I see or experience or I can think about? So maybe you write a 10 good things list every day for 30 days. So then you have your daily action. That consistency with this daily action is the key to building that habit, to making this an effective resolution. So we've got our vision, we've got our resolution, then we got our daily action. Now we need to do two things. First, we need to eliminate our obstacles. So why are we not currently doing this? So let's use the resolution example that we've been using of gratitude. Why am I currently not doing a daily gratitude practice? Is it lack of time? Is it lack of motivation? Is it just that I haven't been thinking about it? Do I not have a place to put it? Is there not a place and time and day that I know I'm going to do this thing? We need to eliminate the obstacles. So give it a time in the day that you're going to do it. Maybe you need a gratitude notepad, or you have a notebook that's already not being used that could be used for this. Determine the obstacles and eliminate those. That's step one. Then the next thing we need to do is we need to figure out our reward. When we've accomplished this, when we've made it the full month of doing this every single day, we get a reward. That way we have a reason to show up every single day and really do this. Once we've done it for 30 days or 40 days, it's become our new normal, then we can move on to the next thing. We're not having to bribe ourselves to do it, but we need to build the habit, and that's okay. So determine your reward. I like to determine a reward that is related to the behavior that I'm doing. So if I keep a gratitude journal for 30 days, I get to buy myself a new gratitude journal. If I exercise every single day for 30 days, I don't like the word exercise. If I move my body intentionally for 30 days, then I get to buy a pair of workout pants. Something that's correlated that also perpetuates the behavior but makes it feel more fun to do or easier to do. If I make coffee at home for 30 days, I can buy a new coffee pot or a new coffee mug to enjoy this habit even more. So set our vision, we determined our resolution, we have our daily practice, we eliminate the obstacles, and then we determine our reward. Here's the thing. I know some of you guys are rule followers. You're like, okay, what if I do it for 28 days and not 31 days? Do I still get the reward, or do I just give up? You still get the reward. The point is that we turn this into a habit. The point isn't to restrict or control ourselves. The point isn't to meet some perfect expectation. The point is to grow. So as long as you're participating and you don't give up and you continue to show up, that's what matters. I want to warn you against this all or nothing mentality, because that's never served you and it never will. This idea that you have to be perfect at the thing you're attempting to do, or you might as well just give up, never worked for you. It's never going to work for you. It only causes shame, and it leads to giving up on things that actually would benefit you in the long run. Instead, you miss a day, just do it the next day. You don't need to stress over it. This is something that you determined for you. So there's no rules. There's no way to fail at this. It's just an experiment. You get to play. The main thing is keep showing up. Don't give up. Even if you miss a day, show up again the next day and keep moving forward. The last thing that you need to do is you need to know why. And honestly, I'm putting this in the last of our list, but we really should be putting in right around the time where we're determining our resolution, because so often when we're determining a resolution or something we need to change about ourselves, it's actually not something we have a problem with. It's something that society told us was wrong, or our family told us was wrong, or someone in our life said we're supposed to change. But really, I want these resolutions to be self-regulated, self-determined, self-guided, and for you and your happiness and your growth. Sometimes your happiness means having healthier relationships, which means, meeting the needs of the people in your life, but you have to choose this. Otherwise, this is a waste of our time. You're not going to follow through, and that's okay. So what I want you to do is really determine why. And if the answer is should of any kind, my mom thinks I should do this, the society thinks I should do this, or I probably should be the kind of person who, if it's a comparison, you see someone else doing it and you think that what they're doing looks really good, so maybe you should be doing that too. None of those are good enough reasons. The reason that you're doing this needs to be tangible for you. I want to feel happier in my life, so I want a gratitude practice. I want to feel like flexible in my body, or I want to know that when I'm older, I can take long walks with my kids. I want to know that I have energy to do the things that I want to do in my life, so I'm going to drink more water. Whatever it is for you, you need to know why you're doing it. It needs to be very personal, and that reason needs to be good. That reason needs to be attached to your daily activity. So every time you are doing a 10 good things list, thinking like this, I'm doing this 10 good things list because I want to live a happy life. And if I can show up with gratitude every day, like I will have much more likelihood of sustained joy. So that is the system. That is the monthly resolution. So let me know in the comments below, what's a resolution that you want to bring in? What's a habit you want to build? And what is a daily action you're going to take? I would love to hear from you. If you want long-term support on this, we do this themed out in Brave Collective in our Brave Kits. Every month is dedicated to a different area of personal growth. Every month you have a place where you get to break down your monthly resolution and do this growth journey with us. And each theme is supported by daily journaling prompts and weekly thought activities. So it's a really fun community. If that's something that you're interested in, check that out in the link below, or go to thebravecollective.co and check it out there as well. And as always, it's such a joy to create videos like this for you. I will see you in the next one. If you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for 2 new videos every single week. See ya!